When Mrs. Arendt sees a meaninglessness in SS camp system conditions, there is a meaning in it. Syntonically let run free a disordered personality with a strong aspect of magical thinking, a diagnosis beyond the scope of the mid-20th century. What we see here is commonized narcissism of a structure of depersonalized disorders, regression to almost insect consciousness, a synthetical state. Whatever the original idea behind this deliberate giving up of identity might have been, it happens opportunistic on the base of an unconditional surrender and the fight for personality. Final outcome as a primitive behavior with neurotic functioning, reaching whatever level, no special qualification needed, no further motivation needed, to neglect or even maltreat, finally kill dependence, but sever personality disorder. Sure, that is the sectarian way of life, which I left as a native sectarian with the age of 15. Again, there is no difficulty to understand those people, making science, especially medical biology, a religion and taken religion as a science. God not evident, but as higher entity, concentrated spiritual power of mankind. What makes it reasonable to kill those thinking otherwise, else we never reach the incontradictive universe in parallel of perfect harmony. This strive for the perfect world is similar to it, identical to dissociated states of mind, experience in life-threatening danger, What is an advantage in the struggle of life, or a mercy given by the creating God, however, namely convinced ignorance of reality to avoid death by mass excitotoxic incidents in the brain. See the picture of the Kriegszitterer, massive death of upper motor neurons due to excitation in a reflective fight-or-flight reaction. The delusion of a world of savior may be elicited artificially by corresponding drugs, namely opiates. Experience of such expanded states of mind or dissociated states of mind makes you addicted to gratified harmony, borderless happiness, and arms you with all right to break all rules, for this is the solution of all problems of all mankind. Literally everything up to human mass extinction is permitted, all crimes legal, with way to paradise at hand. It's more than face its conviction. Well, in Germany, this philosophy of life again is now state of the art, as it former was, with respect to psychiatry based on criminal law, seated with Section 3663, given in 1933. Bist du noch da, Silke?
Ja.
Bin immer ein bisschen unsicher. As in a delusional philosophy would be expected, in contradiction to a consistent legal system in the tradition of Charlemagne or Fredericus Rex, Section 63 leads to a lawlessness of the affected individual. Consequently, a crime against property, physical or psychological integrity, or even life of the individual will not be prosecuted. No German public prosecutor ever charged a crime to the disadvantage of an insane condemned person up to murder. See above. Susanne Karlat, who had to die the 10th of June in 2013 20 days before her 31st birthday. To give an example of my personal experience, documents available via Facebook account Johannes Buhlmann 3, approved distortion of my file at Landgericht Berlin, wasn't charged by Berlin attorney in complete ignorance of obvious reality. So to say, complete nakedness of German legal system, and it's ugly. To say it less offensive, Berlin attorney and Berlin Supreme Court did swear an oath of disclosure, discredited to junk. As it sounds somehow unrealistic, strange, unbelievable, I may repeat, please. By German law, in fact, a person who is diagnosed to insanity is kicked off of human rights. He's got not left the right of an animal, even a string of wheat reaching through the fence from your neighbor, pricking at your nose is protected by law, not a mentally handicapped human. Nor whoever may capriciously be sentenced mentally ill to the mercy of malignant, disordered personalities. In the last 1.5 years, I had the opportunity to study several so-called medical psychiatric experts, witnesses for you court. Every single witness fulfills a dozen sections of the criminal law. It imposes as a race for the most bold defamation of the helpless victim of psychiatry. Reading those elaborates or effluxes respectively, one may sense a syntonical enjoyed feeling of total power, to turn reality to delusion. In the end, the victim who tries to defend his real innocence by naming the facts gets in contradiction with the expert automatically in a freewheeling, substanceless process, what then is regarded as a clear symptom of his insanity. This is not just an endless tragedy to the victim, but in a bright but ignored shine, shows the equal tragedy of the dishonored, distorted, lost from humanity perpetrators. Pale Mother Germany, your best sons laying slaughtered in the snow, Bertolt Brecht. With respect to the last war, where the flower of Germany, was sacrificed. No, none, not a single expert witness for court's purposes had slightest relevance with respect to reality, but appeared as a computer-edited sentence to invalidity of the concerning life, based on capriciously used ICD-10 categories. How may a man, a woman, live with such a burden on the soul? But law is definitely not my favorite subject, and so I must restrict to 2 sections of Strafprozessordnung. Code of Criminal Procedures, Section 258, Prohibition of Reformatio in Peius, which permits an increase in the severity of the penalty if the increase is indefinite special psychiatric detention. Obviously, this, justified by the opinion lifetime lasting detachment under the unrestricted power of maliciously disordered philosophers, is no penalty, eventually leads to the permission of reformatio in peius in toto, the end of an objective legal system. Whoever appeals to Federal Supreme Court has to face the risk of penalty for life with an opinion of death penalty. The German law needs criminal responsibility to penalize, so in the case of life detention, by Section 63, the construction of a desire to protect its citizens against the arbitrarily expert witnessed danger to the public emerging from the victim of psychiatrism is essential. On the other hand, so we may read in the corresponding orders of deportation of foreigners' officers, deportation is suspended until the claim to penalize is fulfilled. With respect to section 465a Strafprozessordnung, even in the cases of section 20 criminal law, Strafgesetzbuch, where there is no legal base to penalize, putting to life detention in psychiatric special camp, Maßregelvollzug, is not regarded as penalty. Bist du noch da?
Ja.
This contradiction has led to a funny outbreak of megalomania in the disordered mind of a lawyer, counsel for the defense. Confronted with the fact that in one of his cases, an appeal sentenced to the same penalty as by the first sentence, 4 years, plus indefinite psychiatric special detention camp, he holds with special detention by section 63 StGB is not penalty. In the other case, suspended deportation because of official claim to penalize, he then uttered delusions of a claim of the German state to protect Arabian citizens against a medicalism, psychiatrism recognized danger to the public emerging from an Arabian citizen. This Dr. M.Z. is by himself a danger to the public. One of the elderlies, he is professor of law at Berlin University and examination authority. So, those candidates not going concerned with that strange schizoid megalomanian opinion of law today, bitte? Naja, dann lassen Sie mich das doch noch zu Ende machen. Bei Ihren Schleimleckern machen Sie auch nicht solche harten Regeln. Da geht es dann bis um 11 Uhr abends. Und um 10:30 wird noch verbunden. Halten Sie mich nicht für bekloppt, bitte. Aber ich lecke Ihren Schleim nicht, dann darf ich also auch nicht telefonieren, ne? Schon klar. Bist du noch da, Silke?
Ja.
So, those candidates not going concerned with that strange schizoid megalomanian opinion of law, today we protect Germany and soon the stupid rest of the world, may be recognized carrying an unfavorable genotype not fit to stand lawyer's selection. Ne, ich habe noch... Ja, wissen Sie auch, ich lecke KMVs Schleim eben nicht. Dann müssen wir halt Schluss machen. Okay. Silke, bis morgen, ja?
Okay.